Hey nerds! I've been meaning to make this video for months now. With the Game Awards recently behind us and Celeste picking up both the Games for Impact Award and Best Independent Game Award, I think this is an appropriate time. I've had trouble coming up with the story I want to tell while giving my review, which is another reason it's taken so long. Let me start by saying that Celeste is one of my favorite games of all time, from the time of me playing Space Invaders on my parents' Atari to playing Overwatch at some of the highest levels a non-pro seeking player can reach. But I think my experience with Celeste is a little different than most. It impacted me as a gamer first and foremost. The figurative mental mountain Celeste climbs also affected me in a few different ways, but that won't be the focus of our conversation today. There are plenty of great videos that rightfully place Celeste as an emotional platformer with real positive mental impact. However, if you're still interested, you can listen to me talk through why, to me, Celeste is one of the greatest games of all time. I think this is a subtly discussed topic because most of the focus is directed at Celeste's emotional triumphs over anxiety and other difficult mental conditions. While Celeste did a phenomenal job broaching these topics, I think we should take a moment to appreciate the elegance of the platformer itself and, specifically, one of the most brilliant phrases ever thrown at me in a video game. It reads as this: "Be proud of your death count. The more you die, the more you're learning. Keep going." Why is that so important? To me, and many other competitive gamers, we get stuck in the continuous competitive cycle of grinding, losing, flaming, and everything else toxic associated with competitive games. Very early on in Celeste, when I was still unsure what to think about the game, I saw this postcard pop up on my screen, and I think it was after I lost or died in a particular segment. And I think it was the first time in a long time I smiled from the bottom of my heart about a message provided to me by a video game. You can feel the encouragement and support the game is giving you. It tries to adjust your feeling of defeat to a feeling of hope and pride, and then it looks to your death count as a measure of progress rather than a marker of failure. I have not played a single competitive game, Dota, League of Legends, Halo, Call of Duty, Overwatch, name any you want, where at the end of my match or during a playthrough some random assortment of code took the time to remind me that all is well with the world and I'm always getting better no matter the outcome. I could go on about this for a while, but I dislike when folks beat a single topic to death for the sake of YouTube minutes. So feel free to discuss with me below if you want to talk about this more. Instead of discussing the philosophical implications of what I stated above, let's discuss the most embodied form of this in the game, at least in my opinion. This is actually my original playthrough of level 7C. Over and over, you watched me die from the very start of this video. This is the only footage I ever really recorded of me playing Celeste because even though I recorded this on April 2nd, 2018, I knew that upon completing this level, it would be one of my favorite personal accomplishments. Celeste builds your mechanics up from the start of the game, slowly making each puzzle more difficult. The final segment of 7C is an extended fight for you to prove to the game that you mastered it beyond all doubt. From the beginning to the ending sequence, your game awareness, mechanical skill, and short-term memory of the map is tested. I'm going to shut up for a second, and we'll take a moment to watch my completion of this level after over 1,000 deaths. When you speak to the older lady near the end of the map, she reflects, "It's funny how we get attached to the struggle." To myself and competitive gamers all over the world, that is one of the truest statements an NPC has ever uttered. We become almost addicted, and maybe even actually addicted, to the repetitive cycle of winning and losing, and slowly improving over time. Maybe we'll have another discussion about this at some point, but again, I dislike belaboring points because the overall topics will lose their intended message. So where do I want to end this discussion? If you are a gamer who is feeling burnout, unmotivated to play anything other than online games, or in general just can't find joy in your standard one-player games, then I highly encourage you to pick up Celeste and give it a try. And I thank all of you for your time, and I want to take a special moment here to thank Matt for truly understanding how many gamers feel and creating an exceptional game.